guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Flosstube number 2. It has been a month since my last Flosstube confession, and for that I am extremely sorry. I've been extremely busy with work and everything, and I wish I had more progress to show you, but I sadly don't. But let's just launch into it because there's a lot in this video. So in my last post, I mentioned that I was not going to do any new starts, that I was going to at least finish one of these projects, and then go off and start something new then. Didn't necessarily happen. I do have one finish to show you guys, which I am really proud of. But there's also, I think, 3 or 4 new projects in here since my last Flosstube. It happens. You can't look at me and say, Sarah, I've never done that. Like, how can you do that? We've all done this. Please tell me this is something that we all do. So I've decided to do No Start November. I'm sticking to it. I'm actually quite proud of myself. I started halfway through October because that's how serious I was about this. And I even planned, which I'm very proud of myself for, because usually I'm really disorganized and haphazard. But I decided no, enough was enough, that I'm going to actually get projects done and stuff. Like, I don't want to bring all of these projects into the new year. So No Start November could actually go into December as well. I haven't decided yet. I want to see how much work I actually get done on these projects by the end of the month. But I'm feeling pretty positive. So in my bullet journal here, I have printed out Polaroids of my patterns. So I have this really cute little Totoro and no face moment up here. My Maurice Moth, which is the one I finished. I finished that in 2 days after starting this. Telling you. Then we have my Millennium Falcon, my Queen of the Sea, which I haven't actually touched since I set this up. Big Phil, or Phil Lynott, if you didn't watch my last one. Haven't touched him since. Actually, I really should go back to him. My cryptids, from the Witchy Stitcher. I'll link all of these down below as well, just if you want to do them yourselves. You cannot see this for love nor money, but it is my Supernatural stitch along, and which I haven't actually gone near since either. We have the Yoga Makes You Bloom moment. God, I have so many. My jumper that I'm knitting, my Oscar diamond painting, which is actually getting a lot of love. It's getting the most love. And this. So this is, it's kind of a loophole in my No Start November. This is for the Christmas market. So my mother is a member of our local knitting club in my town. And naturally, I'm an honorary member because I make stuff. And sometimes I just get text messages saying, I volunteered you to do something. This is what you're doing. How would you feel about this? Even though she already said I would do it. So that is kind of where my new start energy is going. So I do naturally, sorry, put that out of the way of the camera. I do naturally have to make new starts for it. Like, it's all crocheting and knitting for the most part. So it is kind of the same. Like, yeah, it's, I don't know how to describe it, but that's my kind of loophole for No Start November. It's stuff that I do have, no, I don't have to make. I choose to make it for my mom. But yeah, so I will show you guys what I'm making though for it, and any patterns. Oh, excuse me. Any patterns for things, I will leave links down below as well, in case you want to make it too. But let's get into the cross stitching. So because it's in my standalone hoop, I'm just going to show you this first. This is my cryptids moment. Why is it like that? Oh, that's why. My cryptids moment. So there's like, I think 8 cryptids so far, or 7. I have a lot of catching up to do. There's a frame that goes the whole way around, but me being me, I have to be awkward and break it up as much as possible. So what I'm doing is I'm making the frame, which is actually quite handy enough to cross stitch, in fairness, but I am breaking it up by putting encrypteds where I can, just to break it up for myself, because I can't really, I kind of struggle focusing on one area at a time, if that makes sense. So I like to go around the fabric as much as possible and fill stuff in. So yeah, Nightcrawler is not finished, but hopefully next week you will see a much fuller canvas. I am going to be doing installments every week now for No Start, just so as we can see the sort of difference, maybe is that the word I'm looking for, or the impact that a week of just focusing on projects we already have on the go can make. So it could be a fun experiment. And of course I'll tell you how many hours I've invested in each project like so far. So actually for this one, we may as well start now. For this one, I have, if I can get the page to open, Mr. Millennium Falcon, I invested 4 hours into this cross stitch since I started No Start. So that includes the cryptid word up here, and it also includes Nightcrawler 2. I had this already done before I started No Start. This is 16 count blood spatter Ada from Pulp and Stitch Aberdeen. I will link her down below. It is super soft and it's amazing quality, and I just thought that it would be a bit of fun for the theme of the cross stitch. And the pattern is by the Witchy Stitcher, or Witchy, yeah, she's Witchy Stitcher, aren't they? Pretty sure the Witchy Stitcher. I'll link them down below if you want to you know, get it and follow along. So that's that one. Then we have, oh, I have an itchy ear. Oh yes, so I haven't shown you this one yet. Loose thread. This is my Totoro piece. How cute is this? He's a little plant pot. So I'm gonna have No Face here, and then the cat that you see in all of them. I have invested 4 hours into this one as well, which makes me really sad. Like, it should be, yeah, I feel like the 4 hours should show more work, but the more I cross stitch, the more I realize that it takes so long. But I'm really excited to get back into this one and get him finished, because it's actually a present for my sister for Christmas. So yeah, there's that one. What else do I have on the go? Oh yes, so Project Makes You Bloom. Yoga Makes You Bloom. This is on 16 count Ada as well. This is Candy Floss. This is also from Pulp and Stitch Aberdeen. Again, I will link it down below. But this, yeah, I've gotten a good chunk of this done. So last time we just had Makes You Ooh. And I don't think I even had the M in there at the time. So I do have it looking more like Bloom. I just have to finish the B and then work on the yoga. And then we get to work on the lady silhouette. So that's very exciting. I love this fabric. I think it's just so fun. So yeah, there's that one. And that one has had, how many? I think, yeah, 5 hours of cross stitching on that one. And then Phil, we have nothing on Phil. I'm sorry, Phyllis, but yeah. I will put some time and effort into him actually this week, because I feel bad. Let's be totes ons. Yours thread. What's this one? Oh yes, so this is my Millennium Falcon. So I did put some time into this. I put 2 hours, and I got just this little USB key point done there. I am going to invest more time into this because I think it is a really fun pattern, and I love how colorful it is. So I am going to, you know, make an effort with this one. And for my other one, which is the Don't Be a Prick Succulents one, I haven't gone anywhere near it. I'm not going to lie, I haven't touched it. Then we have, oh yes, this is my Supernatural moment. Ooh. And it's all black thread, so it's quick enough really to stitch up. But this is how she's looking, and I really do need to get back into it. This is 18 count, I think it's called Galaxy by Claire Brown Stitches on Instagram, or not Instagram, Etsy. So I will link that down below as well. It's really soft fabric. It's my first time using, I can't even speak, using 18 count Ada, and I'm really loving how it's turning out. And there's a bit of, you can't see it on the camera, it's not picking it up, but there's a bit of glitter in there as well. And yes, I just think it's so pretty. So pretty. So that can go back in the bag. I just use these pouches as well, just if you're curious. I use these pouches from the Pound Shop, Eurogiant, Dollar Store. They all have them, and they work a treat. And I also, last but not least, have this Queen Dark, what is it? What's your name? Dark Queen of the Sea on Aurora fabric from Claire Brown Stitch. I'll link it down below. Someone mentioned to me about putting like fabric or handkerchiefs in between the snaps or the clamps or whatever you want to call these, to protect the fabric, which is a really good idea. So I am going to do that. I'm actually going to text my mother and see if she has any scrapped fabric, because I am worried that it's going to tear it. So I think that is a really good idea. So thank you for the suggestion. If you guys ever see something that I do and you're like, you know what, Sarah, this might make your life a little bit easier, don't ever hesitate to drop a comment down below, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm smellyface626. I will always take your suggestions on board, and I will always thank you, because it's very sound of you that you're making suggestions. But yeah, I really do need to get back to this one. I didn't finish her in time for Drills and Chills. I was never going to finish her in time for Drills and Chills. I don't know what I was thinking, but to be fair, it was actually a really good eye-opener for me, because I feel like I tend to... So how do I say this? I tend to pick ridiculous things to do. Like, I tend to pick the hardest, most impossible thing to do, and I'm like, I can do that, that's no problem at all. No, I can't. That's ridiculous. And like, it's usually I'd get really depressed and really bummed out that I went about it the way that I did. But this time I actually didn't. This time I had a good hearty laugh at myself, and have also decided to look into getting evaluated for ADHD, because this is one of the things I do that actually falls into those kind of characteristics. But I've done this my whole life. And this time I've been like, okay, Sarah, no, enough is enough. So she's going to get finished. And next year I actually picked out a Diamond Art Club painting that I'm going to do for next year's Drills and Chills, that I will be able to get done in a timely manner, and I won't be really depressed and sad afterwards. But this fabric is gorgeous, I have to say. I really do like it. And I like that it's not so, like, you could get a kit, I think it was called Bewitched, on a shop, I can't remember, I'll link it down below. But I saw people using it, and I thought that it was actually taking away from the piece, because I found that was really dark and sort of like, it was a bit much, if you know what I mean. Whereas I like a nice subtle background where the cross stitch is the main focus. So thank you, Claire Brown, for making this pattern, or this fabric. But yeah, this is also, I don't know if I said it was a 16 count, but this is 16 count as well. Yeah, love it. So and I haven't even touched her since I've started this cross stitch no start thing. So I should invest some time. I have to rip some stitches out because I messed up her hair again. So yeah, we'll get there. That's it for the cross-stitching whips for my finish. I'm sorry I didn't iron it. I apologize. But I finished Maurice Moth. This took 2 days. And I love him. So it says, will you watch your ruddy language? My ears are not a toilet. I love the IT crowd. I love it so much. If you have never watched it before, I cannot recommend it enough. It is one of my all-time favorite shows. I love it so much. I'm actually getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. I love it that much. Which is kind of sad when I think about it. But yes, Moss is my absolute favorite. I even have this piece while I'm here, where he's prison moss that I did. But yeah, this one was a really quick stitch, I have to say. And that's why I sort of picked it for my first no start project to get done, because I knew I could actually finish it, and it would sort of make me feel like there's a bit of momentum going to finish the rest of my whips. So, or even just get stuck into my whips, not necessarily finishing them. But that's my only finish since the last time I saw you. And then as for my knitting, oh, you guys, me and my sister are BTS fans. So we were streaming the Permission to Dance live show in Seoul. Oh my God, if you watched it, comments, loved it. Like JK with mint hair. Oh, what's he trying to do to me? But, and yes, I'm well aware of my age, but I got so much knitting done because I was watching it on my iPad. So I couldn't look at my patterns and watch it at the same time because I have all PDF files. So I just knitted because this is just the same stocking stitch across. And look at how much I've gotten done. It's so long now. So I'm really excited to finish it. This is the back. So I'm hoping to have the back finished by the next time I see you. And I'm hoping to have a few of the Christmas market bits and bobs done too, so you can see what I've been doing there. But that's it. That is it for my Flosstube. I have no hauls for you. I bought some threads that are not very exciting. They're just replan threads and extras for my Sakura. I will link her down below. She's a geisha pattern. She's gorgeous. She's from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it is taking every ounce of strength not to start her. Like, it's hurting my feelings, but it's just, again, I know some of you might say, well, then just start her, but it's not worth my mental health. If I start, she's a big piece. I think she's about the same size lengthwise as the Deep Sea Queen or Dark Sea Queen. So to put a big project on top of already, these are big enough projects that I have on the go at the moment as well, it would be too overwhelming for me. Whereas that's what the point of no start is to actually finish some of these whips that I've had for months now, months. I just keep sort of fobbing off and starting new things. So it's good. It is good for me to go about it the way that I'm doing. If you're doing No Start November, please let me know. And if you're doing any floss tubes for it, link down below, please, in the comment section. I would love to follow you and see what you're doing. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want to follow me on Instagram for updated posts on my projects and my whips. If you can't wait for Flosstube, by all means, follow me there. It's smellyface626, all one word. And yeah, I will leave links to everything in the comment section down below as well. I will also, no, that is it, isn't it? That is it. Do I have to link anything else? If I have to link anything else, I want to edit this video anyway, so I'll link whatever I said. I'll link down below for you guys. But until then, till next time, stay safe, stay stitching, and I'll see you next week for week 2 of No Start. Bye guys.